Hi, I'm Chris Fleming. I'm the project manager for Guild R&D, and I'm here to talk about this lovely guitar, the F-40. What I really like about this instrument is its size. It's got a smaller body. It's really excellent for fingerstyle, which is my favorite style of playing acoustic guitars. And it's got a lot of clarity, but it's warm as well. It's got a red spruce top. It's got Adirondack red spruce braces, mahogany back and sides, mahogany neck, and it's got everything you need to do this fingerstyle style of music. It's really fun to play. It's very light, very responsive, and it's just an excellent instrument. I believe folk music was starting to come in. The smaller body guitars were very popular, and especially for folk style music. And around the time that this guitar was first designed, I think the smaller body guitars were quite in vogue. And I think at the time Guild decided to fit into that folk market that was happening in the 50s then. A radius of this size, a 30-foot radius, would be if you drew a circle, a 30-foot radius circle, and then take whatever section you need for the width of the guitar. And in all directions, it's like in a bowl that's got a 30-foot radius. So it's very slight. You can barely see the radius. If you look at the side of the guitar, you can see it slightly. And if you look at the guitar from the neck to the butt, you can see that it has a slight curve, and that would be the radius. A 30-foot radius is really a very slight curve. What that does, in conjunction with the way it's braced, with the radius of the back and the depth of the body, it creates a certain projection of sound from the top. It does. The back is 15 feet, which is pretty common in most acoustic guitars. The neck on this guitar is very comfortable, especially for fingerstyle. It's not too wide or narrow at the nut. It has a very comfortable, even neck thickness all the way through the play of the neck, and the way it transitions into the heel is very comfortable for playing up higher in the neck. Nitrocellulose lacquer is really the material of choice for high quality instruments. It's difficult to work in some ways because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to dry. It has to dry much longer than more modern types of finishes. And the sanding and buffing of it is very specific. You have to be very careful when you sand it. You have to be very careful when you buff it. It can melt, or what we call burn, very easily. So it takes a lot of care. But on the other side of that, you get a very thin, very uniform, hard finish that is very musical. It allows a lot of the tones to resonate out of the tone woods in the guitar, and it doesn't damp any of the sound that's happening with the instrument. The other thing that's interesting about nitrocellulose lacquer is that over a period of time, the gases in the finish continue to gas off, and the finish will get thinner and thinner over time and get harder, and also be more open sounding. So it's one of the features of a really high quality guitar is that over the years it sounds better and better because the woods break in and change molecularly to be more resonant. So after X amount of years, the instrument mellows to be much more than it was when it was new.